The debate over vaccine safety rages on. Parents worry about the potential impact on their children's health. Concerns about autism and developmental issues fuel the fire. But a larger threat often hides in plain sight: electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. These invisible forces permeate our modern world. They emanate from cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, and power lines. EMFs, unlike vaccines, represent constant exposure. This constant exposure disrupts the body's delicate bioelectric balance with potentially serious consequences. Vaccines have become a focal point for parental anxieties. However, the conversation often neglects the pervasive influence of EMFs. Both impact children's health, but in different ways. Vaccines introduce specific substances into the body, while EMFs act as external disruptors of our bioelectric fields. Understanding both is crucial for protecting our children's well-being. Imagine the body as a complex electrical system. Cells communicate using subtle electrical signals. These signals govern everything from growth to immune responses. Entropic waste disrupts this delicate communication network. Think of it as noise interfering with a radio signal. This noise comes from various sources: environmental toxins, processed foods, and even vaccines. EMFs represent a particularly insidious form of entropic waste. They bombard our bodies with constant low-level radiation. This radiation interferes with the normal electrical activity of our cells. Over time, this disruption can lead to a cascade of negative health effects. Vaccines and EMFs both contribute to entropic waste, but through different pathways. Vaccines introduce foreign substances directly into the bloodstream. These substances trigger an immune response, which is their intended purpose. However, some argue that certain vaccine ingredients can also disrupt cellular communication. This disruption, they believe, may contribute to neurological and developmental issues. EMFs, on the other hand, act on the body from the outside in. They penetrate our cells and interfere with the electrical signals that govern cellular processes. This interference can disrupt the delicate balance of the immune system, leading to inflammation and other health problems. Section 4. Cell theory. Deciphering the language of disrupted cells. To understand how entropic waste impacts our health, we need to look at the cellular level. The cell theory, or cellular latent learning model, provides a framework. This theory proposes that cells learn from their environment. They adapt based on the information they receive. When that information is distorted by entropic waste, cells become confused. Imagine trying to learn a new language while someone constantly whispers misinformation in your ear. This is the challenge our cells face in a world saturated with EMFs and other forms of entropic waste. The cell theory helps explain why we see rising rates of autism, ADHD, and other neurodevelopmental disorders. These conditions may be the result of disrupted cellular learning during critical periods of brain development. Section 5. A call to action protecting our children's bioelectric future. We must acknowledge the impact of both vaccines and EMFs on our children's health. This requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing solely on individual threats, we need to consider the cumulative impact of all forms of entropic waste. This includes reducing exposure to EMFs in the home and advocating for safer technology. We can protect our children by minimizing their exposure to all sources of entropic waste. This includes advocating for responsible vaccine policies and promoting awareness about the risks of EMFs. Our children deserve to grow and thrive in an environment that supports their bioelectric health. Let's work together to create a world where their body's electrical language is no longer drowned out by the noise of modern life.